Hi everyone, it's Helen here with an update on my book. So the last update I talked about it going to editing, which it is, and I'm supposed to get a reply from the editor by tomorrow is the date, the 18th that was set. So I'm just waiting for that to come back to me. And in the meantime, I've given instructions to my website designer to get the landing page and those things underway, so they'll be ready for the launch and all that sort of stuff. So today I thought I would just read some of the book to you, just so you get a little insight into some more of what it's all about, because I think in some other videos I have read some of it out. But I suppose predominantly I was just giving you insight into what it was doing to me along the way as well. So today, I'm going to read a little bit of the book out. So this is chapter 4, and it's called Greg, and then it has a dash. I think I met my dad. And as you read through that chapter, I reveal what exactly that means. So a little insight into what's happened up to this point in the book. I had a wonderful relationship that broke up, it went south, and I made a bit of a declaration to myself that relationships weren't worth it, and I was just going to focus on one night stands. That's essentially what I was doing. I was 22 years old, so let me get into it. My life was pretty good. Every now and then, one of my one night stands would get attached to me and want a relationship. I would entertain that for a bit, but it never lasted long because I just didn't want them to. Along the way, I met Erica. She was a neighbour of one of my longer term partners. We would catch up from time to time, and then she got a boyfriend, and then she got engaged. And because all of this was making her so happy, she decided that I should find someone and be just as happy as her. Bless her, she really thought she had it all figured out for me. Erica and her fiance, Rob, set me up on a blind date with a guy named Greg. We went to a pub in South Melbourne one Friday afternoon, and after a few drinks, we were all getting along and having a fabulous time. Greg was intriguing. He lived in Portland and worked for Del Geddes, taking care of the docks, the wharfies and ships, and he was also very good looking. He swept me off my feet, and within hours he had convinced me to come with him to Portland and spend the weekend. Why not? I told no one, and we headed off on the 4-hour drive to his place. Now here I just reflect for some insight. During the afternoon at the pub, a woman walked in the front door. She was mutton dressed up as lamb, as the saying goes. What I mean by this is, she was an older woman trying to dress 20 years younger, and it didn't work that well. Anyway, I happened to point her out and I said, "Have a look at what just walked in." And Greg immediately waved at the woman and said, "Oh, my mum's here." He got her attention and waved for her to come over. It was a classic case of me putting my foot in my mouth, but it was also pretty funny. Imagine that. It was his mum. It should have been a warning sign for me then, but I didn't see it. Now I continue with the chapter. Anyway, Greg and I had a fabulous weekend of conversation, sightseeing and intimacy. He was the perfect gentleman and went to great lengths to take care of me. I had never had a man look at me as though I was the only thing in the world. It was wonderful. As the weekend was coming to a close, he booked me a flight from Portland to Melbourne on a small aircraft and made sure all the arrangements were made to get me back home safely. I was hooked. Remember my love for adventure and learning? This experience was all of that on steroids. I wanted more, but I was also pinching myself. How was this all happening to me? There you go. That's just a little snapshot of one of the relationships in my life. And yeah, there's more. That just turns into something very, very different as the story goes on. But of course you have to read the book to find out, right? So if anybody wants to pre-purchase or you want to share it with somebody and they want to pre-purchase, the link will be here with the video. And I'm also offering guidance sessions now They just started on their own as people just connected with me and needed some guidance, some inspiration in their life. So I'm doing guidance sessions, and I'll put a link here as well for anybody that's interested in doing a session with me. So anyway, in the meantime, I just want to remind you that you're the greatest creation on this earth, so start acting like it. See you later.